Good day, future RMTs. In this discussion, we are going to discuss Organ Donation Act or the RA 7170. Our learning outcomes are number one, discuss the provisions of RA 7170 and, of course, relate moral and ethical issues in relation to organ donation. To start with, RA 7170 is also known as an act authorizing the legacy or donation of all parts of the human body after death. After death for specific purposes. Let's have first a short historical perspective of what is RA 7170. This is actually promulgated in the year 2000 in the year 1992, January 7, 1992. Okay, and it was sponsored by former Senator Manny Villar, no? And then amended by Republic Act 7885. Section 1 is the title of this Republic Act. Again, this is the Organ Donation Act of 1991. And under Section 2, we have there the definition of terms, the terms that are used in this law. Number one, we have the organ bank storage facility. From the word itself, organ bank. This is a institution, no, a licensed facility wherein it is the one capable of storing human body and parts, no, organ bank storage facility. We also have what we call the dissident. When you said dissident, this is the dead individual, the deceased individual, who can be actually a stillborn infants or fetus na namatay sa loob ng womb ng mother. We also have what we call the testator and the donor. What do we mean, or what is the difference between testator and donor? When we said testator, that is the one who gives his legacy, the one who wants to donate the body parts, his or her body parts. Let's say, for example, I want to donate my brain to the Science Museum. I am a testator. I am making legacy of my body parts. How about donor? This is an individual who makes the donation. Huh? Ano ibig nang sabihin? Halimbawa, yung asawa mo namatay. You want to donate the eyes of your wife. You are a donor. Donating the eyes of your wife. Can you do that? Yes, the law allows you to do that. Okay? How about hospital? Well, of course, a licensed hospital accredited or approved under the law. Okay, this includes government-owned hospitals. And when we said parts, these parts are the transplantable organs, the parts that you can donate, tissues, the cornea, bones, arteries, blood, no, and other parts, other fluids rather, and portions of the body, including the kidney and the liver. Person is an individual, corporate, state, trust, partnership, association, and the government or any of its subdivisions, agencies, or instrumentalities, including government owned and controlled corporations or any legal entity. We have what we call the physician or the surgeon, will definitely the one who is authorized and licensed to practice the profession of medicine under the laws of the Republic of the Philippines. Now, we also have what we call immediate families. Who is the immediate family? The spouse, either the son or the daughter of legal age, 18 years and above, either parent, both brothers and sisters of legal age, guardian over the person of the decedent at the time of his death. Why do we have to remember this immediate family? These immediate families should be remembered because they are the one who can donate organ. Halimbawa nga, ikaw, namatay ka, i-donate ng spouse mo. He can. She can. Immediate family siya eh. The law states, the law gives authority to the immediate family to do so. Wala ka ng asawa, namatay ka, meron kang mga anak of all legal age. They want to donate your kidneys. They can. Wala ka pang asawa, wala ka pang anak, namatay ka, May magulang kang nabubuhay, gusto man ng mga magulang mo i-donate yung iyong kidney, they can. Wala ka ng magulang, wala kang asawa, pero mayroon kang kapatid of legal age, they can. Provided that they are of good mind, sound mind. And then the guardian over the person of the decedent at the time of his death. What do we mean by death? Death is irreversible cessation of the circulatory, respiratory, and cessation of the all functions of the brain, including the brain system. Di ba meron tayong tinatawag na brain dead? Meron tayong tinatawag na stroke. Meron sila death. Death comes when there is a irreversible cessation. Wala na. You cannot reverse. You cannot resuscitate. You cannot revive the patient. Organ failure, including the central nervous system, the cardiovascular system, and the respiratory system, are all diminished. You are dead. You are dead. Death. Patay. Nasa kabao. Wala na. Okay? That's death. And a person can only be legally or medically uh, declared dead if no, a person shall be medically and legally dead if, according to the opinion of the attending physician and according to the opinion of consulting physician. Now, what is with the opinion of the attending physician? Number one, based on the acceptable principles, standards, practice of the medicine. There's an absence of the natural respiratory and cardiac functions, like what we have said a while ago. Attempt to resuscitate but failed to do so. You were able to resuscitate, no? Na-resuscitate mo siya. CPR, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pero wala kang nagawa na. E binigyan mo na rin ng epinephrine, no? Clear, wala, patay. Opinion. Legally and medically dead. On the opinion of the consulting physician, there is a irreversible cessation of the all brain function, absence of that function of functions, no? And then of course, the same thing, ni-resuscitate pero wala. This is very clear in the law. And that is that the death of a person shall be determined in accordance with the acceptable standards of the medical practice. And it should be diagnosed separately by attending physician and by consulting physician, both of whom must be approximately qualified and suitable, no, to declare the death of an individual. Thus, the death of an individual should be recorded in the patient's medical record. Kaya ano yung laging sinasabi? Time of death. Because that is important, because that is recorded in his or her medical records. Now, a person who may execute a legacy. Again, these are the testators who wants to give his organ. Tanda yun lang yun eh. Pag legacy, you are living something. You are giving something. You are uh, living something for someone whom he can use. Who can do so? Who can do that? Who can give his legacy? Any person at least at age of 18 of sound mind. Hindi pwedeng gusto mo mag-donate pero baliw ka naman pala talaga. Okay. May give by way of legacy to take effect after his death of all parts of his body for the purpose specified on the section 6 or in section 6. Mamaya pag-usapan natin. Ano yung mga purpose why we have to do legacy? For donation sa school? For donation sa study? For donation for someone? Pwede ba yun? Later, on section 6, we'll discuss that. Okay, take note. Who can do a legacy? Who can execute a legacy? Any person at least the age of 18 with of sound mind. Now, Person who can execute a donation. Sino itong mga to? These are the immediate family, like what I've said a while ago. The spouse, the son, or the daughter of legal age, no, either parent, the brother or sister of legal age, the guardian over the person of the decedent at the time of his death. Okay? They can be the one who can execute the donation. They are what they called donors. On section 3, person who may execute a legacy, these are the testators. Kayo, if you have driver's license, part of the driver's license on the back, tinatanong ka doon. Di ba? Meron doon tanong. Like, wait, let me check. Ano yung nakalagay doon? Yan. In organ donation, I will not donate my organ. Or that's in my case. I will not donate my organ. Pero 'di ba, dun sa application, do you want to donate your organ in times of ikaw ay na-aksidente, you died because of the vehicular accident? Do you wish to do so? To donate your organs? Nakalagay diyan sa driver's license. Is that a valid card, a valid testament that you wish to donate? Yes. Nakalagay dun eh. You want to give your legacy. You want to execute a legacy. Ay, halimbawa, ako, in my case, I will not, no? Pero my spouse wants to donate, edi pwede. Binigyan siya ng karapatan ng batas eh. Okay? Now, section 5, examination of human body and or parts thereof. Take note that a legacy of the nation, ano, of all or parts of the human body authorizes any examination necessary to ensure medical acceptability of the legacy or donation. Para saan? Eh di syempre, for us to be ensured that this organ is acceptable. O halimbawa, namatay ka ng cancer, gusto mong i-donate yung liver mo. Pwede ba yun? Sige, pwede. Kung matutunayan natin hindi. O you can donate that for what? For studies. Okay? An autopsy should be conducted on the cadaver para malaman what is the source of the death. Is it an accident? Is it a trauma? And perform other medical legal cases immediately after the pronouncement of death. Okay? The very purpose of that is to ensure that the organ is safe for no donation, for making legacy. Now, section 6, persons who may become legatees or donees. Who is legatees? For the one who will receive the legacy. Who is donees? The one who will receive. Hindi po so si Donnie ha, yung artista. Hindi. Sino yung si Donnie? Yung tatanggap ng donation. Okay? Again, legatee is the one who will accept the legacy given by the testator. Donee is the one who will accept the donation given by the donor. Any physician, hospital, or surgeon. Para saan? For medical and dental education, research, advancement of the medicine. Halimbawa, no? The good. Halimbawa, yung isang nasa eskwelahan, no? Gustong i-donate ang kanyang katawan, pag siya'y namatay, para may pag-aralan yung mga estudyante ng mahal, edi pwede, no? Because accredited medical and dental schools, colleges, or university can accept that. Pwede sila yung mga cadaver. May process naman yun. Let's say separate one. Okay? May process yun. Di ba? That's a nice. Sino yung mga nandoon? Sino yung mga kinukuha doon? Usually, ito yung mga unclaimed bodies. Kaprinaryo niya sa hospital. Wala na kumukuha. Kinuha nila yon for study. May bayad, meron, mahal. Saan napupunta? Hindi ko alam. What we are discussing right now is yung organ lang, not the whole body. But you can do so. Halimbawa, ikaw, gusto mo, you want to donate your kidneys sa school, sa LPO Cabrini, para pag nagturo ako ng renal function, oh, this is the kidney of one of my students. You make legacy of it for you to learn about the anatomy and physiology of the kidney. Something like that. You have your legacy. Okay? So the hospital, the accredited dental medical schools, universities can accept a legacy, can accept donation. Okay? An organ bank storage facility. Well, of course, for dental, medical education, research therapy, and transplantation, pwede. Alright, specific individual. Halimbawa ako, I want to give my heart sa kanya. Joke lang yun. Ayaw na kasing tanggapin eh. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Anyway, kidding aside, I want to give parts of my body. No? I'm dying. And I know she needs this organ. And my organ still functioning well. Sige na. Yun na yan. Para at least before I die, I have something from me. You have something from me that will become part of your life. May ganun. Di ba? For specified individual. Nakalagay dyan, if I die, I want to give my organ. I want to give my kidneys to this person. Eh masakit, mas nauna pa siyang namatay sa'yo. Paano po yun? Di wala na. Pero meron ka lang in-specify eh. Pero if you said, I want to give my organ, any of those facilities may be the person who will accept the legacy. Now, what is the duties or what are the duties of the hospital? To receive organ donations, conduct transplantation, train qualified personnel and their staff to handle the task of introducing organ donation program in a humane and just, no? Accomplish necessary form or document as a proof of compliance. Lahat ng hospital, duty yan nila. Kung mayroong mga transplantation na mangyayari. Now, a manner of executing a legacy. Dapat meron kang proof. Legacy of all parts or parts of the body under Section 3. Sino yun? Yung mga sinabi natin kaninang parts may be made by will. May kasulatan. Di ba? May testament ka na ikaw ay mag-ibigay ng organ. Now, the legacy becomes effective upon the death of testator without waiting for the probate of the will. Pag namatay na yung testator organ, yan, pwede na. No? Take the legacy. However, if there is will, if the will is not probated, or if declared invalid for testamentary purposes, the legacy to extent that was executed in good faith is nevertheless valid and effective. Okay, please take note of those things. Ano pa? The legacy becomes effective upon the death of the testator and shall be respected by binding upon his executory of administrator, heirs, assigned successors, interest, and all members of the body. Iyon yung magandang tanong doon. Paano pag namatay ka at gusto mong ibigay ang part mo, ayaw ng nanay mo, ayaw ng nanay mo, ayaw ng asawa mo, ayaw ng kapatid mo? Maliwanag. The legacy becomes effective upon the death of the testator and shall be respected upon his executor or administrator, including all members of the family. All right? Another, document may be a card or any paper designed to be carried of a person, must be signed by the testator in the presence of two witnesses who must be affix his signature also on the document in his presence. Eh, paano yun, sir, yung lisensya? Pinirmahan mo to, di ba? May pirma ka rito. Nasaan? Nandun sa unahan, sa baba ng picture mo. Nandun, pirma mo yun. It can be a valid document. If the testator cannot sign, the document may be signed for him at his discretion in his presence, in the presence of two witnesses, who must likewise sign the document in the presence of the testator. Pwede rin naman yung thumb mark, no? The delivery of the document of legacy during the testator's lifetime is not necessary to make the legacy valid. What else about Section 8? The legacy may be made to a specific legatee without specifying a legatee. If the legacy is made to a specified legatee who is not available at that time, the place of the stator's death, the attending physician or the surgeon, in the absence of the expressed indication that the stator desired likewise, may accept the legacy as the legatee. Ano ibig sabihin? Namatay ka, wala yung tatanggap ng legacy mo, pwedeng tanggapin ng doctor as the legatee. However, meron pa siya dapat gawin. Okay? Kailangan nung hanapin. Mamaya, pag-usapan natin yan. If the legacy does not specify a legatee, the legacy may be acceptable by the attending physician or surgeon as legatee upon or following the testator's death. The physician who becomes a legatee under this subsection shall not participate in the procedure for removing or transplanting the parts of the body of the decedent. Doctor ka, kayong tatanggap ng legacy, but you are not allowed to be part of the removal of the organ. Next in line is any donation by a person authorized by subsection A of section 4 hereof shall be sufficient if it complies with the formalities of a donation of a movable or property. Ano po yun? Number 1. In the absence of any person specified under section 4 hereof and in the absence of any document of organ donation, the following will be in charge in organ donation: the physician in charge of the patient, the head of the hospital, and the designated officer. Take note, deceased classified as accident, trauma, or any other medical legal cases may authorize in a public document the removal of such body for transplantation. So binigyan sila ng batas, ng kapangyarihan to do that. What else? Provided that the physician, no, the head of the hospital, or officer designated by the hospital for this purpose has exerted reasonable efforts within 48 hours to locate the nearest relative listed in Section 4 or the guardians of the decedent at the time of the death. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Ito sila, ang ibig sabihin nito, the, the, the physician in charge, the head of the hospital, and the designated officer, pwede nilang kunin ang organ, pwede nilang mag-remove ng organ kung ang namatay na tao is because of trauma, accident, or any other medical cases, provided that they will look for the immediate family within 48 hours. Provided, however, that the said physician, designated officer of the hospital, and other medical officer of any government agency which has custody of the body may authorize the removal of the cornea or corneas of the decedent now within 12 hours after the death, upon the request of the qualified legatees or donees for the sole purpose of transplantation. Ito pa, no? Removal of the corneas or corneas will not interfere with any subsequent investigation or alter the post-mortem facial appearance of the decedent. Okay lang, tanggalin mo within 12 hours. Pero dapat hindi ma-alter ang face ng dissident, ng patay. Furthermore, in all donations, no, of the death of the person from whose body organ will be removed after his death for the purpose of transportation to a living person shall be diagnosed separately by the two qualified physicians, who shall be a member of the medical team who will effect the removal of the organ, physician attending to recipient of the organ to be removed, and then the head of the hospital. Next in line is the persons authorized to remove transportable or transplantable organs. Any authorized medical practitioners, yung mga doctor. Okay. However, the removal of cornea shall be performed only by ophthalmic surgeons and ophthalmic technicians. Okay. Trained and accredited by National Association of Ophthalmologists. Now, the delivery of document of legacy or donation. If the legacy or donation is made to a specified legatee or donee, the card, the will, or the other document, or any or an executed copy thereof, may be delivered by the testator or donor or authorized representative to the legatee or donee to expedite the appropriate procedure immediately after the death. The will, the card, or the document or an executed copy thereof may be deposited in any hospital or organ bank facility, okay, that accepts it for safekeeping or for facilitation of the procedures after that. Ano lang sinasabi nun? Kailangan ibigay agad, no, yung document para magawa yung procedure, removal of the organ immediately after death. Amendments or revocation of the legacy ordination. If the will, card, or other document or an executed copy thereof has been delivered to specific legatee or donee, the testator or donor may amend or revoke the legacy of donation there either by the execution and delivery of the legatee or donee of the signed statement that affect an oral statement to that effect made in the presence of two or other person communicated to the legatee or donee. A statement to that effect during terminal illness, and a sign or document to that effect found on the persons or effect of the testator or donor. Okay? Now, the rights and duties after death. The legatee or donee may accept or reject the legacy or donation as the case may be. If the legacy of the donation of the part and the legatee or the donee upon the death of the testator and prior to embalming shall effect the removal of the part, avoiding unnecessary mutilations. Okay? Next, any person who acts in good faith in accordance with the terms of this act shall not be liable for damages in any civil actions or subject to prosecution in any criminal proceedings of this act. And international sharing of human organs and tissues. Sharing of human organs or tissues shall be made only through exchange programs duly approved by the Department of Health. Information drive. Who can inform the public about the organ donation? The Department of Health, the National Kidney Institute, the civic and non-government health organizations, and other related agencies such as Red Cross organization. Now, for implementing rules and regulations, the Secretary of Health, after consultation of all health professionals, both government and private, and non-government organizations shall promulgate rules and regulations as may be necessary to proper implementation of the act. Repealing clause, section 17. Section 18 is the separability clause, and section 19 is the effectivity clause. Okay? Now, ano lang yung gusto kong tandaan nyo dito? You can donate organs. And if you want to donate organs, you are a testator. You will give your legacy. And the one who will receive your legacy is your legatee. If you are the immediate family and you want to donate the body organs of the dissident body or the dissident or parts of the dissident, you are a donor. The one who will accept the organ is the donee. Okay? There must be a proof that you want to donate your body parts. Okay? So that is Organ Donation Act of 1991. Thank you and stay safe, people.